Guess what? Yep, I did it. And I did that, and I did that. Damn right I was mad. Was I confused? Of course I was. I still fight for people to see me as an adult. So that's why I turned around and said, I hate you. I did not want to do it at all. Still trying to be a kid, and that just went out the window. The moment I knew, I was like, whoop, oh, here we go. I'm gonna be honest, because what else are you gonna do?
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
LeAnn has the greatest natural voice I've ever heard.
It's just an incredible voice.
She's inspiring to listen to. LeAnn is one of the most naturally gifted singers I've ever worked with.
It's magic, what she does.
LeAnn's talent just really transcends the boundaries of radio formats and classification, really, because she's a classic singer.
LeAnn has really just created her own niche. There's no one like her.
Michael McDonald, Lionel Richie, Randy Travis, Reba McEntire. The minute they start singing, you know the voice. Well, the minute LeAnn had the big hit Blue, from that point on, you always knew the voice.
I think we all knew when we heard Blue being sung by LeAnn the first time around that something was odd. Something, you know, this shouldn't be coming out of this girl.
Yeah, just a swing.
She can perform anything. She can do jazz, she can do swing, she can do country, she can do torch. There's very little that she can't do. I think if the woman wanted to make a polka record, she'd probably succeed at that.
She can pick up a melody, a tone of something that she sang 7 years ago and just start singing, oh, it was this key, and I'll go to the piano and go, you're right. And it's freaky.
How do I live without you? I want to know. How do I breathe without you if you ever go?
I think she understands herself better when she sings. You know, that's a good way to do it. When she sings, she goes, it kind of opens a door for her to understand herself. That's the best way I can say it.
In fact, I think sometimes the music has saved her, has helped her through hard times.
I think it's in a roundabout way my mom was right.
The music of Margaret LeAnn Rimes has indeed been her saving grace throughout a turbulent and well-documented career of professional peaks and personal valleys. She entered the world on a hot summer day in Mississippi as an answer to the prayers of Wilbur and Belinda Rimes. Having struggled to conceive for over a decade, the couple finally gave birth to their only child on August the 28th, 1982.
I lay down on the bed one day and I just prayed. I said, Lord, if you'll give me a child, I'll give that child back to you. And I said, I pray that she'll be special for you. 6 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant.
They had trouble having children, my mom and dad, and it took her 12 years to get pregnant with me. So I was definitely her miracle child.
She was a gift from God. It was just meant to be.
I've heard the story 5 million times. It's so funny because moms will be moms. Moms will tell the story and of their beautiful children. They want to show you pictures. Well, mine's like 5 million times that.
She was born August the 28th and she came out crying and she hasn't shut up yet. She's been singing ever since.
Wilbur and Belinda doted on their only child, and LeAnn was constantly surrounded by the music they loved.
Music was such a big part of my life growing up and her father's life. So when she was little, we sang to her all the time.
All right, sing one for me.
I have mercy on me. I gave me $7 misery. Speck of my heart, can't you see? Baby, baby, have mercy on me.
People ask me now, where did she get that voice?
And I think that she got her voice from her father.
I think her daddy was a big inspiration as to teach her how to feel a song. He always said that you've got to sing it from here, but you'll never know how to really sing it from there until you've had your heart broken.
Wilbur had been around show business a little bit in Dallas and in that area, and had LeAnn on those talent contests, and they understood it at that level. But he had been recording her too from the time she was really small. So they knew that they had something really special.
Wilbur Rhymes encouraged LeAnn's early aptitude for singing, but when he realized the full extent of LeAnn's extraordinary gift, he sold everything and moved the family to Texas, where there were more opportunities to perform. Pageants and talent shows whetted LeAnn's appetite for the stage, but it was winning that sealed her fate.
And after she won, she was hooked. She said, I want to be a singer. And I said, are you sure? And I kept asking her that. Even as she got older, I said, are you sure this is what you want to do? And she never faltered from that.
No one drove me. I definitely pretty much drove that car when I was pushing most people to go, you know, take me and do this, and I want to sing at this. And the only time I'd ever get like really quiet was when someone really wanted to it wasn't me being on stage or me performing, it was someone wanted to really compliment me as a kid. And my godfather, we'd go into the Waffle House and he'd be like, do you know who this is? Yeah, well, she's gonna be huge one day, and LeAnn sing. And I'm like, huh? Like, that was the only time that I ever was like really shy. But other than that, no, I would pretty much, that's what I wanted to do.
With LeAnn's desire to sing and Wilbur's drive to expose her talent, the Rhymes family now centered on getting LeAnn on stage whenever and wherever they could. Johnny High's music review became a frequent stop for LeAnn, and Johnny High himself, one of her most ardent supporters.
No matter how long I had actually sung on the show, he was always mesmerized. It was always this wide-eyed, and he was so proud of everything that I did and every time I walked on stage. And so he was one of the biggest supporters that I've ever had in life.
She's something really, really, really special. As I said, she's 9 years old. Would you give a big hand to Miss LeAnn Rhymes?
She sang crazy. It just made chills go all over you.
It must have seemed to Wilbur and Belinda Rhymes like they had just won the lottery, literally.
Looking back at 9 years old, she was 20 at 9 years old. Mentally, she just got it.
I loved performing there. That gave me a platform to really kind of, you know, get my bearings of how to do this thing.
LeAnn got a standing ovation pretty much every night, no doubt about it. I think her voice was as good at 9 years old as it is now.
Coming up on Backstory.
Who knows if we were all on power trips at the time?